Hi, this is Rock, and today is Friday, May 8th, 2020. This is my first time playing Animal Crossing. I'm playing it off of my iPad, and there's a screen recording function in the iPad, and it's going to be in portrait mode, so sorry about that. It will not be widescreen. I do not have a Nintendo game console, so this is the way I gotta play it. This is like the hot game that everyone has been talking about since like the quarantine thing started in March, like for the last few months. And the first time I tried recording this, it did not work. And I suspect because my iPad has limited storage space. So I had already gotten through the introduction, and I've already gotten to the beginning part of the game. So unfortunately, that content will not be available because the video the recording process just did not work for some reason. Maybe I thought I hit the recording button, but I didn't. So unfortunately, I'm just checking to make sure that it's recording. Okay, there's the red bar on top that says it's recording, so hopefully this time it will work out. Unfortunately, I already got through the introduction, so everybody will miss that content because there's nothing I could do about it because it wasn't being recorded. There's absolutely nothing I can do about it because the video is not available. I love the introductory part where there was a puppy playing the guitar. That was really cool because, like, I'm a musician, and when they asked me what they wanted my camp theme to be, I chose cool, and that was because they showed like a picture of a rock band with like drums and a singer, and the eagle guy, his name is Apollo, and my name in the game is Rockan, and I think there is other players in this game. But this is my first time playing it. I am still in the session. I just 15 minutes into the game, that's all. I'm going to have to try to make this shorter this time because I think the introduction, I think it was too long and I had reached the storage capacity limit and it just stopped recording. Hopefully this time things will work. So I have to talk over the game here, unfortunately. So as for an update, I am halfway through the demos as far as adding percussion goes. But I'm only working on the demos still, so I still have a lot of work to do because I have to work on the studio recordings like in the same way and in the same manner and in the same method. And the methods and stuff may not be the same. It may actually be a lot quicker by then. But so yeah, I'm still working on that, obviously. And I actually did listen to Fiona Apple's album, Fetch the Bolt Cutters, and I did like it. So I recommend checking that out. The album does have a lot of critical acclaim and positive reviews, and a lot of people are talking about it. Yeah, this is my first time playing Animal Crossing, so I'm still trying to figure it out. Anyhow, so since I'm in a class where we're talking about our strengths and weaknesses and multiple intelligences in the brain, like spatial intelligence, interpersonal intelligence, and stuff like that, there's like about maybe like 5 intelligences that we went over. I don't remember what all of them were. So like I know I have a weakness in the spatial, number smarts, and logic related to like mathematics and stuff like that. So, and like related to numbers and stuff like that. So like, I'm working on developing those skills. And I actually, this week what I did is I asked some interesting questions on Reddit about math, and I really don't want to get into specifics at this time because I do not feel comfortable revealing my Reddit username on here because I want to keep my identity under wraps. Although I do have one Reddit username that is actually under my name that I use on here, Rockan, so that I'm okay with talking about, but my other Reddit account, I kind of want to keep it on the down low. And, you know, for obvious reasons, because I want to remain anonymous. But anyhow, yeah, the responses in the conversation were interesting. I'm not going to go too much into the content of that. But, yeah, so that was kind of fun. And also on Yahoo Answers, I was asking some questions, and I got a lot of insight. I found out there's this thing called Math ASMR. ASMR or ASMR, I hardly know what that is, but I think I kind of know what it is. Yeah, because I think that I just always kind of felt it, but never really knew what it was. Felt it. Well, particular, what would trigger ASMR with me in particular is deep male voices. Very, very deep. Yeah, and I don't want to get into specifics about that right now because that's going to make the video way too long, and my device has limited capacity as far as recording. In fact, I'm going to cut this off right now because I'm worried about the storage on my device. This is Rockan. I'm back on. I'm having extreme technical difficulties trying to record the second part of this. The video keeps getting erased, and I think I can only record 1 more minute. So with that being said, I'm just going to record this screen and say what I have to say. So basically, I want to upload some math-related content on the channel in the future and create math video series, like various math study tools and stuff like that, that would, like math content that just has a PG-13 approach that is like not as family friendly, like an Adult Swim approach, like a Rick and Morty approach, that even non-math people can enjoy and engage with. And I mean, with that being said, there's already a lot of great intellectual content on math on YouTube. There already is some great content, but it's not quite what I had in mind when I was in math class. It's not the kind of stuff that would actually appeal to me struggling in math class, struggling to meet deadlines. So I want to create something that's more so going to appeal to the struggling math student who's struggling to meet the deadlines. I am so sorry. I'm going to continue talking to the Animal Crossing screen here because I am having major problems with recording on my iPad and I have limited storage capacity. So unfortunately, all Animal Crossing videos will have to be like this. I will only be playing the actual game for like 6 minutes until I figure this out. But yeah, so that's what I'm planning on doing in the future. I don't know how far off in the future. I don't know if this is going to come out after my album or before my album, because my album's getting all my priority right now. And one thing I was thinking of doing is like some kind of math karaoke video, you know, where you take popular songs, not necessarily popular, but, you know, take like songs that you like and kind of sing like math related lyrics over it. And there's a lot of stuff like that, but it's usually made for kids, or it's very cringy already. But with that being said, any kind of educational content like that is probably going to be cringy, but mine will be, and if I do it, it'll probably be cringy too. But I want to have a different approach so that if it's cringy, it'll be cringy. It'll be a different type of cringe, which might be maybe better in some aspects, you know. And yeah, so I'm interested in doing that, and I already have an idea for a math song in my head, but I really don't want to share it because then somebody else might go and create it before I have a chance and beat me to the punch, you know. So I really rather not share it right now. And but yeah, I am interested in producing my own math content that would actually be really, like, really funny, just really funny off the wall stuff. I'm interested in doing that because I find the math content on YouTube does not really engage non-math people that well. It just really, it doesn't do it like it should. And plus, it doesn't appeal to the student who is struggling to meet the deadlines and is struggling with their grades and is struggling with the final. It doesn't really truly appeal to that demographic. And not to mention, you know, dyscalculia, which I think that I have, it doesn't appeal to the dyscalculia demographic at all much either. I mean, there are some videos that would appeal to that demographic, but just the slightest bit. We're talking about like maybe 15% of the math videos out there would appeal to somebody who is like-minded to me. 15%. Yeah. I don't think so, you know? That's, you know, to me, I want to do something about that. To me, that's a call of action. I mean, and 15% where I get that statistic from, that's just my personal estimate. That's not based on any analyzing of any data. That is not based on any kind of true study. That's just basically me looking at YouTube videos for, you know, all semester last year, me searching the internet for a long time, you know, hours and hours and hours and hours. It's just my estimate based on the hours and the amount of time I've spent on YouTube looking for math content that is truly engaging to like-minded individuals who are like me. And I tell you that there is a lot of like-minded people that are like-minded like I am. You know, how many people like Rick and Morty and Adult Swim and stuff like that in South Park? How many people? We're talking a lot of people here. So if I were to actually create math content that is gonna be appealing to that demographic, I could potentially bring a lot of people into it, which would be really, really what, you know, that I think that needs to be done. That's why I want to do it, because I think that's something that just needs to be done. Plus, being an auditory learner, some of the study tips that are recommended to me, having a high musical intelligence and being an auditory learner, is, you know, actually creating a song to remember when I'm studying and actually teaching it to others. And creating that content would be within the guidelines of both of those study tips and my learning preferences. You know, that would be totally in line with my learning preferences, so I kind of need to do it because it would be in line with my learning preferences. So I feel like I kind of need to do it just for my own sake, so that I can get further connected with it and get it more so. Because of all the technical difficulties, I've already spent an hour on this video, and I have a lot of homework that's due, and I have online tests to worry about, so that will be all for today.